Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are diving into 2D and 3D trigonometry, which is an important topic in 402 for O levels and 0580 IGCSE mathematics. We'll be working through the past paper questions using a calculator step by step. I've already uploaded two videos of the same topic. So this is the third video on 2D and 3D trigonometry with the calculator. So we have already solved past paper question in the first two videos, and today we'll continue with more practice. So don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Alright, so let's get started. So this is 0580 paper 4 Feb March 2020, and the questions are moving to the question now. So you can see 058042 Feb March 2020 question 8. Two non-right angle triangles are drawn and it's a quadrilateral altogether. So the diagram shows a quadrilateral PQRS formed by the two triangles PQS and QRS. So we have to calculate QR in the first part. So in the first part QR is required. So QR is this line. Wherever you can see in this triangle, two angles and one side is given. So this is the requirement of the sine rule. So we are using the sine rule and then finding out the value of QR. All right. So QR is your, for example, I'm taking QR is x. Okay. So sine rule is x upon sine 25 degrees. Wherever QR is, I'm taking QR is x. Okay. So x upon sine of 25 degrees is equals to 6 upon sine 72. You know that a over sine a is equals to b upon sine b is equals to c upon sine c. So simply just write down x is equals to 6 upon sine 72 times sine 25. Okay. Take your calculator should be at degree mode, and then find your answer. Calculate 6 times sine 25 divided by sine 72. Bracket close, find your answer. It's coming to 0.666. Alright, so that is 2.666. So in three significant figures, we can write down 2.67. Now it was for 3 marks question, so you show your calculations also. So the PS is the second part in this question. So just see what is given for PS. So this is 2.67. Now we are going to find out what is PS. So PS is this line. Wherever in this triangle we can see two sides and an included angle given. When the included angle given, then we use the cosine rule. Otherwise non-included angle is there, then we use the sine rule. So PS we are going to find out. For example, I'm taking y for this. So a square is equals to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos of a. So we can take y square is equals to 6 square plus 7.4 square minus 2 times 6 and 7.4 and the cos of 34, this one. Okay, 34 degrees. All right, if you want to take the answer directly, then you have to put the square root for this. See, it's a 3 marks question, so it's better you to find out the value of PS square. Okay, so by using the calculator, so this is 6 square plus 7.4 square minus 2 times 6 and 7.4 and then cos of 34 degrees and then bracket close also. So this is coming 17.141. So y square is 17.141. So take the square root and it will be 4.14. So that is 4.14 centimeter corrected to 3 significant figure. Now we are coming to the next part, the area of the quadrilateral PQRS. You have seen in this question of the past paper, the first part we use the sine rule, the second part we use the cosine rule. If you know what are the requirements, then it's very easy. So area of the quadrilateral PQRS. The quadrilateral has two non-right angle triangles, so half AB sine C you will be using, in which the two sides and included angle must be given. So we are doing that. So the area of these two triangles are required. Okay, so you know that the two sides and an included angle, if we just check this one, you have two sides and an included angle in the triangle PSQ, and in the triangle SQR also we can have the two sides and an included angle, but the included angle is this much, because we know the other two angles, so it's easy for you to find out angle Q. First, see how many marks of this question has. So it has 4 marks, so it means you will have to show each and everything. All right, so first of all, calculate how much is angle Q. All right, so what do you do? 180 minus the other two angles are 25 and 72. Actually we are finding out this angle, so that is 25 and 72 added together and subtract from 180 degree, because the total angle is equals to of any triangle is equals to 180 degree. So this is 83 degrees. Okay, so first of all you write down SQR. You have to show that SQR is equals to 180 minus 25 plus 72, that is equals to 83 degrees. So we have the two triangles. So the first triangle, area of the first triangle plus the area of the second triangle will be equals to the area of the whole quadrilateral. So the first triangle is 6 into 7.4 into sine of 34. So half of 6 into 7.4 into sine of 34, and the other one is half of this one, 6 into 2.67 into sine of 83. So that is half of 6 into 2.67 into sine of 83. So calculate both of the area of both the triangles and add it together with the help of the calculator. So it's very easy, just calculate it. So we can cancel also 3 times, and it's also 3 times. So simply find your answer. 3 into 7.4 into sine 34 into sine 34, and then bracket close, and it's becoming 12.414. We can find our answer directly as well, but it's for 4 marks question, so that's why we are doing it. So this is 3 into 2.67 and times sine 83, bracket close, equals to 7.95. Add this 7.95 with the 12.414, that is 12.414. So this is 20.364, so that is 20.364, or you can write down 20.4 in 3 significant figure. 20.4 square centimeter is the area of the whole triangle. So that makes 4 marks for this question. All right, move it to the next part. So in this question, the next part B is a 3D trigonometric question. See, just observe that how do we make the right angle triangle, and some of the cases we use the Pythagoras theorem and the trigonometric ratios as. Part B of this question, the diagram shows an open ABCDEFGH is a shape of a cuboid. So a cuboid is already drawn. We know the base is of rectangular base. So AB is 20, BC is 18 centimeters, AE is 16. The rod AGX rests partly in the box has shown is as shown the rod is of 40 centimeter. It means the full rod is of 40 centimeters. Okay, calculate gx. How much is gx? Gx is only this much part. So it means if we calculate the value of a till g, the whole thing, and then we'll subtract with 40, it means gx will be equals to the whole rod minus the length of AG. So it means AG is required, and then we'll find the answer. Alright, so it means AG is the question. So what do? You can do one thing, that draw this line, okay? And we know that GBA, this is a right angle triangle because it's a rectangular base. You know this. Say that I'm just making it here that you will understand that this is ABCD, the base of this cuboid, A, B, C and D. And we are going to find out AC, which is the hypotenuse, and wherever it is 20 and 18. Okay. So because if we calculate, if we have to calculate AG, because AG is a part of this triangle and which is also a right angle triangle. So we'll calculate first AC with the help of the diagonal here, which is a hypotenuse and belongs to the base. And then what do? We just take the whole this line, this triangle, and calculate the value of AG. We'll take this triangle, the blue one, and then calculate. So first of all, just quickly calculate what is AC. So AC is equals to square root of 18 square plus 20 square, because it is the hypotenuse. So C square is equals to A square plus B square. So AC square is equals to square root of 20. Okay, I'll have to put then not the square if I'm putting the square root. So AC is equals to 20 square plus 18 square. Calculator, take your calculator and find your answer. So calculate square root of 20 square plus 18 square, and it's equals to 2 square root 181. Write down as it is, because you are going to find use this to find the value of AG. Alright, so it is 2 square root 181. So it is 2 square root 181. Now consider this triangle. Now it's a right angle triangle, you know. If this is 16, this is also 16 centimeters. So let's take only this triangle and calculate the value of AG. So AG is equals to 40 is not AG. 40 is the length of the whole rod. 40 centimeters is the length of the whole rod, and we'll exclude this AG from there. So AG is again the hypotenuse. So AG is equals to AG square is equals to 2 square root 181 square this one and plus 16 square. Okay, calculate now. So this is bracket open 2 square root 181 bracket close square square plus 16 square. So that is equals to 980, which is AG square. What do we do now? We'll have to just take the square root of it. 14 square root 5. So 980 square root is 31.30. So that is 31.30. The whole rod was 40 centimeter, and we are going to find out Gx. So Gx will be equals to 40 minus 31.30. Alright, so that is 40 minus 31.30, and then you will get it, this is equals to 8.7. So your Gx is 8.7 centimeters. Alright, the next part here, it is calculate the angle the rod makes with the base of the box. The base of the box is this much is the base of the box. Alright, and this is the rod. It means they are just asking you to find out this angle. Alright, so we can use this, and we can take the tan, sine, cos, tan, anyone, because all the three sides are there. So here I'm just drawing the diagram to show this is the angle which is required, and we are having the 31.30 can label, and then first decide 2 square root 81 and 16 is there. 2 square root 81 and 16 is there. If we use tan, then we'll use this O over A, 2A. Okay, so tan theta is equals to 16 upon 2 square root and then it is 181. It was 181. Take theta is equals to tan inverse 16 upon 2 square root 181, and then find your answer. So this is shift tan inverse, and then take this 16 upon 2 square root 181, go up and bracket close, and that's coming 30.737. So in one decimal place, usually we write down our answer for angle, so that is equals to 30.7 degrees. So this was one question in 0580 Feb March 2020 paper 4-2, and it was question number 8 in the paper, and it was the further trigonometry and 3D trigonometry was included in this question. So the next question is 4024 paper 2-2 October November 2017, and we are doing the question of trigonometry in this paper. Alright, just move to question number 11 in 4024 paper 2-2 October November 2017. It's again a 3D trigonometric question. A vertical mast XY, so this is your vertical mast, this one, XY, and this is the whole XY is positioned on the horizontal ground. The mast is supported by the 4 cables, so you can see the 4 cables are there, 1, 2, 3 and 4 cables, it's attached with it, and then afterwards points at the ground A, B, C and D. Why is the center of the square ABCD? No, so now we know that the base is a square shape, this much. Okay, all of the sides will be equal in this space. So why is the center of the square ABCD? PY is 7.50. So your length of PY is 7.50 given in the question. Given that AB is 3.65, so it means the measurement of AB is 3.65 and AY is 2.58. So we have to show that AY is 2.58 corrected to 3 significant figures. So what are we going to do? We are taking the square base. Let's make a square base. A to B to C to D. 3.65, so it's also 3.65. And if we know the length of AC and Y is in the center, we'll find out the value of AC, and then we divide by 2 to get the length of AY, which will be equal to 2.58, which we'll have to show. So calculate the value of AC as it's a square base. So here is a 90 degree. Just take the triangle from there, this one or any one. The top one also has the same values. So AC whole square, C square is equals to B square plus A square. So you can write down 3.65 square plus 3.65 square, and then take the square root of it. Let's see how many marks it has. 3 marks. So just calculate how much is 3.65 square and 3.65 square and calculate. I'm just calculating the square root of. You should find out each and every step because the question is of 3 marks. So this is square root of 3.65 square plus 3.65 square equals to 5.1618. 5.1618, and then we'll divide this by 2. Divided by 2 equals to, that is 2.58, which is in the answer. So 2.58 meters shown. Now the next part of the same question, calculate the length of one of the cables need to support the mast. So for that thing, move to the question that any supported length of the any supported cable is required. So what we can do, we can take this portion, okay, and we can calculate the value of AP wherever PY is 7.50 and AY we have already found, and we know that the 90 degree will be there. So easily we can find our answer. So I'm making the diagram again here. So that is, this is the cable which is AP, and then 90 degrees 7.50, and then your AY is 2.58. So we are going to find out the value of AP, that is the length of one of the wire. So AP square, which is a cable, square root, okay, take it 7.50 square and 2.58 square. So AP, it's 2 mark question, find out 7.50 square plus 2.58 square. Take your calculator. 7.50 square, and it's a hypotenuse, so we are going to add it. 2.58 square equals to 7.93. So the length of one of the cable is 7.93 meters. 7.93. Now move to the next part, which is calculate the angle APB. APB is required. So move to the question A to P to B. APB, this angle is required. Okay. So we have to, I'm drawing the diagram again here, then you will understand. Alright, so I'm drawing the diagram here. So this is A to P to B. So here they're talking about this triangle. Wherever AP and PB are the cables, and the cable length we have already found, that is 7.93, and it's also 7.93. So 7.93 and 7.93 are the two sides of the triangle, and 3.65 is also the third side. And angle, we have to find out this angle here. So 7.93 and 7.93. So A to P to B, and you have the bottom one is 3.65. 3.65. Calculate, obviously you know that when all the three sides are given in the non-right angle triangle, then we'll use the cosine rule to calculate any of the angle in that triangle. So just keep it in the formula and find your answer. So cos of P is equals to 7.93 square plus 7.93 square. Cos of P is equals to 7.93 square plus 7.93 square minus 3.65 square divided by 2 times 7.93 and 7.93. Remember, A square is equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos of A. You can keep the numbers in that formula. You will come back to this same equation. Alright, so P is equals to either you find out this value or directly find out P is equals to cos inverse, but it's of 3 marks question, so we are calculating this. Alright, so your numerator denominator 7.93 square, and then it was plus 7.93 square minus 3.65 square. Okay, come down, and it will be 2 times 7.93 and bracket close. Again, the other number was 7.93, and that is bracket close equals to 0.8978 cos of P, and then P is equals to angle P, which is required, is equals to cos inverse of 0.8978. all right, so that is equals to 26.1 degree. 26.1 degree. If you just keep everything calculated it in just one time, then you'll get more accurate answer, so try that even. So the next part, D, is the angle of elevation of X from A is 77.0 degree. Calculate the height of XY of the mast. Alright, so go back to the diagram. X from A, it means that from A till X it is 77 degree. We just write the angle of elevation like this. Okay, just whenever you go to the diagram, then it is X from A is 77 degrees. Alright, so X from A, so, and we have to find the value of XY. So this angle is 77. I'm drawing a diagram and completing it. So this is here it was, and we have to find out XY. This is XY 90 degree. This is 77 degrees. Okay. We have already calculated AY at the top, which was 2.58. Okay. Okay, so this is AY, and it was divided by AC, and it is divided by 2, and then you got the AY, which was 2.58. okay, so this is 2.58, and we have to calculate the value of XY. So use the trigonometric ratio for XY, and you can use the tan for this one. So tan of 77 degrees is equals to XY divided by 2.58, and XY upon 1 is equals to 2.58 tan of 77 degrees. So just calculate 2.58 tan of 77 degrees, bracket close, and you are getting this one is 11.17, means 11.2, 3 significant figure answer 11.2 meters. Now let's go to the next part, part 2. Calculate the angle of elevation of X from the midpoint of AB. Alright, so let's check in the diagram. Angle of elevation of X from the midpoint of AB. The midpoint of AB, is in the center here, which is the half part of 3.65. So XY, and then we'll have to take the midpoint. So what do? You just draw a new diagram for this one, that XY, which is 11.2, we have found above, and then the midpoint of AB from there, the midpoint, and AB was 3.65. yes, your AB length was 3.65 here. Make the half of it. 3.65 divided by 2 equals to 1.825. okay, I'll show you in the above diagram as well. That is 1.85, and you need to calculate this angle of elevation. So again we are using the tan over there, O over A. This is the opposite side and this is the adjacent side. So that will be equals to tan theta is equals to 11.2 upon 1.85. Theta is tan inverse 11.2 divided by 1.85. So just find out tan inverse 11.2 divided by 1.85, and then go up, close it, equals 80.6 degrees. So I hope you understood. This was a lengthy question in which angle of elevations and cosine rule and other things like you had the 3D trigonometry also, and we found the answer. And this was the last part of this. Let's go to the next question. Alright, now moving to 0580 IGCSE paper 4 October November 2019. It's question number 4 in the paper. The diagram shows a pyramid with a square base ABCD. DB is 8 centimeters, P is vertically above the center X of the base, and PX is 5 centimeters. Alright, so calculate the angle between PB and the base ABCD. So this is 3D trigonometry question, and it's a part D of question number 4. So DB is 8 centimeters here, and so when DB is 8 centimeters, so X is in the middle, it will be equals to 4 and 4 centimeters here. Okay, so because it's given DB is 8 centimeters, P is vertically above the center X, PX is 5 centimeters. So we are going to keep 5 centimeter as this line. Alright, this one is 5 centimeter, and we know that it is 90 degree there. And then afterwards they're asking us to calculate the angle between the PB and the base ABCD. So this is the base of ABCD here, so it will be the angle is this much is required. So it means we are using this triangle to calculate the angle which is required here, this angle. Okay, we'll take this triangle for this part. Okay, so obviously we'll take tan because 4 and 5 is there and this angle is required. So tan theta is equals to 5 upon 4 O over A. So theta is equals to tan inverse 5 upon 4. Use your calculator and find your. That is shift tan inverse 5 over 4. That is equals to 51.34, means 51.3 degrees. Next question is from 402 for paper 2-1, May-June 2014. Let's begin the question. So in this question, the diagram shows the field on horizontal ground. The side AB is next to the straight road XY. AB is 130. BC is 164, already labeled in the question. ABC is 115. Calculate the value of AC. So your AC is this side. Whenever two sides included angle means use the cosine rule. So in cosine rule, if you have to find out the AC is equals to the side AC square is equals to 130 square plus 164 square minus 2 times 130, 164 cos of 115 degrees. So this question is of 3 marks. So let's calculate the value and then take out the square root of it. So we are going to find out square root of 130 square. Okay, I'm taking out directly. Alright, okay, fine, find out like this. 130 square plus 164 square minus 2 times 130 and I didn't put the square there. Wait. Square minus 2 times 130 and 164. And then cos of 115 degrees. That is equals to 600 and that is 61,816. 61816.44268. So that is AC square. Calculate the square root of it. So AC will be equals to, so you are having 248.6 meters. So that is 248.6 meters. Now the next part is work out the area of the field. Area of the field means you have two sides and included angle given already. So half AB sine C, you can find out half times 130, 164 sine of 115 degree. So area of the field is equals to half of 130, 164 sine of 115 degrees, half AB sine C. Okay, so you are getting 9,661.2. Alright, so the next part of the same question, part C, the field is to be sown with the grass seed. Each square meter of the field is sown with 3.25 grams is given. So what do? 1 meter square is equals to 3.25 grams will be there. It's because it's given in the question. So we know the area. They are asking for you to find the seed is only sold in 5 kg bags. How many bags? First we'll find out how many grams or kgs will be there. Then we'll be able to find out the number of bags. Okay, so the area is already, we have already found that 9,661.2 meters square is the area. So the area is 9,661.2 meters square, and it is for 1 meter square they hold 3.25 grams. So for 9,661.2 meters square, how much it will be? The weight will be equals to 1.2 times 3.25. If 1 meter square will hold 3.25, then 9,661.2 meter square will hold multiplied by 3.25. So just calculate how much it will be. So that is 9,661.2 times 3.25. So that is equals to 31398.9. So that is 31398.9 grams, obviously grams, but they're telling us that the seed is only sold in 5 kg. So in a bag you will have 5 kg of seed. So how many kgs will be there in 31,398.9? So that will, you'll divide by 1000. So that will be equals to 331.39. You can take 99 kgs. So in 3,031.399 kgs, how many bags will fill? Okay, so in one bag it holds 5 kg of seeds. So in how many bags it will hold 31.399 kg? Alright, so what do? Obviously you will divide. So 31.399 number of bags is equals to divided by 5. Okay, so you will 31.399 divided by 5. So we will get the number of bags. 6.27 it means that more than 6 bags required for this much kg of the seeds. So you will have 7 bags are required for 31.399 kgs of seeds. All right. Now in part D, a bird is hovering directly above B. The angle of elevation of the bird from A is 18.5. Calculate the height of the bird above B. So a bird is hovering directly above B. Directly above B means directly above B. Okay. So for the angle of elevation of the bird from A is 18.5. All right. Calculate the height of the bird above B. Okay. Or for example, the bird is X, so you will have to find out the height. Let's see the diagram AB or AX if it is given. So go above and check. Your AB is given here, which is 130. Okay. So just put 130 for AB, and this is the height required. So obviously you will take tan, because opposite side is this much and this is your adjacent side. So tan of 18.5 is equals to the height upon 130. So the height will be equals to 130 times tan of 18.5. So just calculate 130 times tan of 18.5. That is equals to 43.497. So that is 43.5 corrected to 3 significant figures. That's the height. So the next part, which is the last part of this question, calculate the shortest distance from C to the road XY. All right, go above the question. Shortest distance from C to the road XY. Shortest distance from C to the road XY. From XY we are going straight. The shortest distance. All right, so this much distance is required from C to the road, and this is 164 is there, and we know this, how much is this angle, 180 minus 115. So this is 180 minus 115, because it's on the straight line, that is 65 degrees. All right, so I'm just drawing the diagram. 65, 90 and 164. So that is, this is the shortest distance from C to the road XY. This is 90 degree, and this is 65, and this is 164. Let's check it again. So this is 65, 164, and this much shortest distance is required. So what do? You know that this is your opposite side and this is your hypotenuse. Whenever you see SOHCAHTOA, it's coming in sine. So sine of 65 degrees is equals to the shortest distance upon 164. So the shortest distance equals to 164 times sine of 65. 164 times sine of 65, and that is equals to 148.63. So that is 148.6. So that was the last part of this question. Let's move to one more question. This question is from 4024, paper 2 to October, November 2019. Alright, so this is question number 7 in this year. So you can see the two triangles are there. A field is in the shape of quadrilateral PQRS. So you can see this is PQRS. The whole is the quadrilateral. A path crosses the field P to R. Okay. Now PQ is 280, 146, 325. Everything is written. S is on the bearing of 42, which is already labeled. So PSR is 108, PRQ is 38. Calculate the bearing of R from P. So this question includes a bearing question also. It's a part of bearing question in trigonometry. Alright, so here the bearing R from P. So this is, where is R? This is R from P. From P means start from P and end at R. So it means you have to add 42 and this angle. Okay, so this angle is your question here. So what do? You just take this triangle. In this triangle you have the two sides and non-included angle. It means the sine rule is applicable. So let's take this angle as, for example, it is angle x, y, anything you can write down. So 146 upon sine of, we are going to find out angle x there. So a upon sine a equals to b upon sine b. Sine of 46 is equals to, wait, no, 146 upon sine x. Okay, 146, which is the angle required, and 325 upon sine of 108 degree. Just see, 146 upon sine x and 325 upon sine of 102, and whatever the angle you will be getting, just add it with 42 to get the whole bearing. So here the question is of 4 marks, so we'll have to work accordingly. Alright, so simply cross multiply. So 325 sine x is equals to 146 sine of 108. So sine x is equals to 146 sine 108. 325 is multiplying, so it will divide. So x is equals to sine inverse the whole thing, 146 sine 108 divided by 325. Okay, let's calculate this number. So shift sine inverse, numerator denominator, 146 sine 108, bracket close, come down and write down 325, go up and then bracket close. So that is equals to 25.2927, or you can write down 25.3. So x is equals to 25.3 degrees. So but it's not the answer, you have to find out the whole bearing. Alright, so we need to add with 42 and this angle. Okay, so the bearing is equals to 42 plus 25.3. So plus 42, just simply add it. So that is 67.29 means 67.3 degrees. So that's a bearing in this question. First we calculated the value of the angle which is inside the triangle SPR with the help of the sine rule, and then added with 42 to get the whole bearing. Now part B, show that QR is equals to 202 corrected to the nearest meter. So QR, just check what is QR here. So QR is this side, wherever two sides and included angle. So obviously the cosine rule is applicable. Let's substitute the number in the formula and find your answer. Alright, so the two sides are 325 and 280, and the included angle is 38. Okay, so QR is equals to, this is 3 marks question, square root of 325 and 280, 325 square plus 280 square minus a square plus b square minus 2a b cos of c, right, like this. Okay, minus 2 times 325 and 280 cos of, what is the angle over there? It is 38 degrees. Be careful, 38 degrees. So that's it in the whole square root. So square root of 325 square plus 280 square minus 2 times 325, 280 cos of 38 is equals to 201.5. So 201.5 corrected to the nearest meter, it means that we have to round up to the whole number. So that will be equals to 202 meters. So shown. Let's move to the next part. Part 2. Mia walks at a constant speed of 5.5 kilometers per hour. Calculate the time it takes to walk from Q to R. Give your answer correct in minutes, and in seconds, correct to the nearest second. So Q to R, the distance is QR distance we have already found, that is 202 meters, but it is given in 5.5 kilometers per hour the speed. So you divide by 1000, that will be equal to 0.202 kilometers. You divide it by 1000. All right, so here the speed is 5.5 kilometers per hour. Speed is 5.5 kilometers per hour, and the distance is 0.202 kilometers. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are finding out the time in minutes and seconds, but here because it's in kilometers and it's in kilometers per hour, we'll get the time in hours, so we'll separate it later. Okay, so the time is distance upon speed, 0.202 divided by 5.5. Let's calculate. So it is 0.202 divided by 5.5, so that is equals to 101 divided by 2750. 101 divided by 2750 hours. 2750, it is in hours. Okay, so what do? We multiply by 60 this answer. We'll get the time in minutes. Okay, so that is coming 2.2036. It is 2.2036 means 2 minutes. And now I'm going to change this 202.2036 into or you can take 0.20 minutes into seconds. So 0.20 into 60, because it was also in minutes. So 0.20 into 60, if you do, you will get the number in seconds. So that is 2 minutes and 12 seconds. What did I do here? I just take time is distance upon speed, the time we got in hours, multiply by 60. When we do, we'll get the time in minutes. We got 2.2036. So 2 we have minutes, and 0.2036 they're also in minutes. So we'll multiply after the decimal number by 60 to get these numbers into seconds. So we found it into seconds. So okay, fine. This was the last part of this question. So okay, that's the end of the today's trigonometry, 2D and 3D trigonometry past paper practice questions. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more exam focused videos. Okay, take care. Bye bye.